latest move from the National Archives, I wonder if this just kind of puts it all to bed, is we need to go to every president. We've
And
obviously,
vice president
which
as
makes
well.
it look like they've actually been the problem because they haven't been keeping track.
I think
which explains more of like how Joe Biden can have documents going back to the 70s.
I think the tracking system that the National Archives was like the IRS, outdated, antiquated, not functioning. I think the National Archives did not have control of these documents. I think the fact that they've now asked that all former living vice presidents and presidents and others that had classified documents, please check to see if you had them. And who knows what those presidents and Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, George W. Bush, of course, and then even Jimmy Carter, all the way back to the 70s with Jimmy Carter. Who knows what they're going to find. But I do think it ends this criminal inquiry. And the problem is that Merrick Garland, because of a lack of leadership, puts in special counsels against Donald Trump, then puts a special counsel in against the sitting president of the United States, and now they got the disclosure with the FBI working on the Mike Pence disclosures. So we look like Venezuela. We've got the former president under criminal investigation, the current president under criminal investigation, and I don't know what they're going to do with the former vice president. But this is so if you didn't have special counsels in place, what Merrick Garland would say, okay, you know what? We're going to convert this from a criminal action investigation into a recover the documents and let's get them to the National Archives situation. But you know what? I don't know if he's got the stomach to do it. I don't know if he's got the wherewithal to actually do what would be right here, which would be call this off. It's embarrassing. It's a disaster. They're not prosecuting anybody for any of this, including the president, including the former president, the former vice president. It's ridiculous, and that's what they need to do. Roll this back. As I said the other day, put the toothpaste back in the tube.
Yes, but again, if all the people to do that, Merrick Garland is probably
least likely. That's the problem. So he's
got all these special counsels he's appointed.
Going to have Robert Hur out there and Jack Smith.
They don't
already
want to
doing
give us this power.
Of course not. They got power, and it's
they'll get their $30 or $40 billion to spend on something that goes nowhere because we've already got National Archives saying maybe it was their fault. Yeah.
Right. Which is pretty much what they're saying. Then you got the Hunter Biden aspect of this, which is becoming very interesting based on emails that have been disclosed.
Yeah, so, I mean, Hunter has done filings back to 2017, 2018 on the Wilmington home. And again, I think that's Rick always makes that difference. Remember, we're talking about his time as vice president here, so someone without classification power. That Hunter over and over listed this as his place of residence, his office, his billing address. When he was applying for some rental, some kind of credit check, he used this as the property. We also know that Hunter was the main funnel source for a lot. Like if Joe Biden needed $50,000, he went to Hunter.
This is why,
because Hunter would handle the business side, and then kind of
so there's a criminal investigation. We know this. There's a criminal investigation done by the U.S. Attorney in Delaware on the Hunter Biden situation.
That's where probably all this starts. Is it that Trump gets raided? They get nervous, but they get nervous because they already have the FBI digging through this stuff.
And then they up the ante by having a special counsel appointed. So he's getting real lawyers now. They've announced that over the last week or so that again, not disparaging the other lawyers, but I think the new lawyers coming in will do a better job for Hunter Biden because this whole situation with these documents has become a national embarrassment. And it's an international embarrassment as well.